Hello everybody, this is Nerf Reviewer 331 here today, and today's video, I'm going to be reviewing this guy. This is the ShellStrike DS-6. This is what pretty much looks like a shotgun shell pistol, and honestly, it's an odd blaster, but it's like a cool odd, and I'll explain a little bit more. This is your ammo, along with 3 darts per shell, for a total of 6 darts, 2 shells. The blaster itself comes with 2 shells that hold 3 darts each, for a total of 6 darts for 2 shells. It looks like it can hold 3, but it only gave you 2, which is kind of odd, in my opinion. But okay. The way you load this thing, so there's a lever here. Pops this thing open. You load the shell in. It looks like 2 darts and then a 1 dart at the bottom, so it's like a weird triangle shape. You push this back all the way down, and then you pull this back. Remember to pull this little slidey thing here. It's not a prop. It's actually part of how it works. Pull this all the way. This is what it looks like on the front, side, and all that. Now for shooting, all you do is, when you have done everything else, pull the trigger, and it shoots 3 darts all at once, which is rather cool, but at the same time it uses up 3 darts all at once. To reload said another shell, so pretty much you pull this lever like you do before. I already took the shell out for demonstration purposes, so let's go through the process. First, pull the lever. What I usually do is I kind of snap it back, and so I can catch the shell and kind of get some, I don't know, get the style points or something. But that seems to be like the only way to properly get one of these things out. So if I were to just do this, it's kind of hard to kind of get the shell out. You can kind of tip it upside down and shake it a little bit, but I prefer to just snap it towards me, because I can catch the shell and hopefully catch the shell and be able to reload the next shell. Say if I want to pull that one out and throw it in here, and then repeat. So this blaster is rather cool, but it's also just oddly weirdly designed, I guess. And I guess the way to put it is, it's unusual. It's an unusual design, because usually most Nerf blasters that are pistol form are usually either have a magazine, like the Recon Mark II, Retaliator, without all the attachments. You have jolts and triads and big shocks and other forms of those forms of blasters where it's a front loader and it's either a single or a 3 for sure. There is also a screw here. It looks like this whole thing pops out, or kind of like gets separated, and you can just manually take them out. As far as the performance on this blaster goes, I just shot it out of the wall, so I can't really test much. But if I were to test its ranges, and maybe I'll do something with the camera. So we go to right here. Okay, I'm going to aim down the hallway. Oh, misfire. The thing with this blaster is you got to have this all the way down, but if there's something like this, push it down all the way until you're positive that it's all the way in and latched. So let's try this again. I'm shooting down the hallway, level shot. So it has a good spread, but it also has a very, I don't know, it's like, and the ranges aren't really that good. But for performance, ranges are kind of crap. The accuracy, I honestly, I don't know how I would judge this by. Let's see if I can bring this back. Okay. So the ranges on this thing are witness it. It didn't even make it to the door. So honestly, this is like 15, 20 feet from where I was standing by the tripod, and it has a decent spread as far as the amount of darts that get projectiled out of the blaster. And what I mean by spread, I think it means like how far apart did the darts go. It has a decent spread, but the ranges are crap. I don't know about accuracy. That's the thing I want to test right now. Go back over here. Alrighty. Tripod issues. Let's aim for that chandelier again. I got one. Aim and... oh. Alright, so it just barely nicked this. And I was aiming for this right here. It barely, the second dart closest, I'm going to say, so it was kind of like this. So the second dart on this side barely nicked this, while the other two kind of went down further, or spread apart more. But essentially that is all there is to this blaster. It's pretty much as basic as it gets. Ooh. This is pretty much what the blaster does and what ammo it takes. Now, others would argue that shell-fed blasters, most people don't usually carry shells, as far as I noticed. Because A, it's just another thing to carry around, and B, it might take a little bit longer to use, let alone reload. But honestly, I think that the shell blasters are pretty much cool because it adds a form of realism to it. Because you're taking out a shell out of a blaster is much more realistic than, I don't know, throwing a dart manually through the chamber and then shooting it. I find the shells to be more realistic and just, I don't know, cooler. But then again, though, I agree with other people's point of views. It is a pain to, I find it pretty much a pain to either reload all of my shells and then having to put one in midst of a battle, or even in the downtime of a battle, like after like a Nerf battle is over. I would find this just a pain in the butt to do. Although my question for this, and I don't know the answer to it, but maybe you guys do, would these shells, or shells from a trilogy or from a Sledgefire, would that work with this? Would it work with this, is my question. Also, whoever designed the blaster, why the heck did you put a tactical rail on the bottom? I guess to hold for the tactical rail or tactical rail attachment that can hold shells on the bottom, but aside from that, I don't think you could throw a scope on here and say, okay, I'm going to shoot it like this. Why? Why? Anyway, so that's pretty much the firing test and the accuracy test of this video for this blaster. As far as I can tell, on the outside of the blaster, the external features, there is, it looks like 1, 2 shell holders and then 1 in the chamber for a total of 3. Let's see. So this lever pulls out. Also, depending on how hard you pull the lever, this whole thing could pop out, which is good because I want the shell to come out and put in the next one. But I'll demonstrate what I mean if you don't pull it enough. Like if you pull it, if you just barely pull it, you can kind of get this open, but you gotta really pull hard on this lever. This lever here has to be pulled really, really hard to get everything out and rechamber the next shell, so to speak. As far as likelihood of would I use this in a Nerf war, probably not. It's overcomplicated in my opinion, because you got to put a shell in, pull the trigger, and then you have to pretty much shake the shell out, put in another one, or say if it was in here, pull it out, put it in, try to put it in. By the way, putting a shell into this is kind of a pain because you got to line it up perfectly. If you're just slightly off, you're just gonna wiggle it a little bit more, and then you're all set. Also, the other question about these shells: would they work? Would they even work with a trilogy or Sledgefire? Like, say, instead of the trilogy and Sledgefire shells working with this blaster, would this blaster's shells work with the other blasters? You know, vice versa. This is also stock. I dare not. That was creepy. I would dare not modify this because this looks overly complicated, to my standards at least. It looks like there's a sling point attachment here, and a tactical rail, which makes no sense why it's there. Why not just put it on top so you can throw like a sight or a reflex or something, or even a dart storage. I don't understand. I seriously don't understand why the bomb tactical rail things are such like hot crap. But the nail biter had the same attachment on the bottom, and that drove me insane. Like, why bother? I mean, you could probably add a grip, but it wouldn't make much sense. You can't add a sight or a scope, and that's about it. So the ranges on this thing are pretty much not really that good. The accuracy, I would say, is decent, and the spread of these Nerf shells for the ShellStrike, I would say they're pretty decent. So I guess the bottom line, not the bottom line, the overall score for this Nerf blaster, it looks cool. It's realistic because, in my opinion, shells, anything that ejects or you can manually eject out of a blaster and then put in another one, similar to the Spring Thunder that some other guy made. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about what his name is, but I do know that one guy made a shell ejecting blaster out of 3D printing and what appeared to be like hardware parts and PVC. And that looked really cool because it was the shell ejecting part that just caught my eye. But if I were to use this in a Nerf war, I probably wouldn't use it. It's honestly just, I don't know. It would be a difficult blaster to work with in a Nerf war because my hands are a bit shaky, and I don't know if I try to put one in. Yeah, so I would burn through darts like crazy. So honestly, I mean, this blaster's cool. It's realistic with the whole shell ejecting part, at least. But as far as performance and accuracy and spread goes, not so good. I'd give this 6 out of 10, honestly. 6.5 out of 10. It's decent. I don't think it would be the best blaster for a Nerf war. But if you're just playing around and not doing anything competitive, and it's like, yeah, this is pretty cool blaster, and that essentially is it. The main reason I kind of dislike this blaster in some way is the tactical rail. Why is it always on the bottom where there's really nowhere you can put attachments on? That is driving me insane. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the review and understood the review on the Nerf ShellStrike DS-6. This is pretty much what it looks like. And that's it for the video. 6.5 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, understood the video. Hope you guys have a great day, night, life, and everything else. Please comment, like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.